I was a hot mess. Still, on about 2 days out of the week, I'm a hot mess. Hey beautiful people, and welcome to my channel with Angie K. On this channel we talk all things lifestyle, self-love, and therapy. Today we are joined by a very special guest. Her name is Sassy Jane, and she is not allowing mommy to record this video because she wants attention. So here she is, everybody. Let's give her some attention. Clap for her. Sassy Jane, the people love you. Yes, they love you. All right, you guys, so I figured we'd take it back a little bit because I told you guys like the last 7 years for me has been crazy, but so, what's the word I'm looking for? Been crazy, but so enlightening. I don't think I'd be where I am today without the journey that I've had. So I want to come on here and share with you guys just to remind you that you are not alone in this thing called life, that life happens. I'm not saying I'm like a Michelle Obama or anything, but if I am able to maneuver this thing called life with the changes in the craziness that I've done and gone through, you are definitely able to do it, and we're going to do it together. So rewinding to 16 came, 16 happened, life shifted. My parents came home one day and said, pack it up, we're moving to Alabama. At this time I was living in Pennsylvania. I was just finishing up my sophomore year of high school and really felt like I had started figuring out life, and I was so disturbed with them. Sassy was disturbed. I was so disturbed with the fact that they would like move me like that. So literally it was a month notice, and we had packed our bags and we were headed to Alabama. And so I got to Alabama. Things are completely different. I mean, anybody that knows, Pennsylvania is up north, right there close to Philly and New York. Alabama is not north. So lifestyles were different, things were different, people were different, and I had an extremely hard time adjusting. And when I say like an extremely hard time, I'm not talking about like, oh, just, you know, me wanting to be a teenager. I truly think now that I am a therapist, I went through adjustment, like depression, because life had changed so fast and I wasn't ready. And so moved, life happened, started going to school. Not many people personally, I don't think, were a fan of me. Boys happened. All the wrong boys, all the wrong feelings, all the wrong ideas of validation and need for validation was taking place in my life. I don't know what was happening, but I completely lost who I was and put it solely on the fact that if someone liked me, then I was doing okay. But in reality, I was doing horrible. I was not okay. I wasn't okay. I needed help. I needed for the arms of an angel to play in the background of my everyday life until somebody got me together. But anyway, fast forward to college. College came and your girl was angry about a lot of things. I finally found a good guy, Jared. He's my honey now. But even after finding him, which in my mind at that time I thought that, you know, oh, life is going to be great now, things were still a wreck. And a part of me truly believes that my life was still a wreck because I was a wreck and I wasn't getting the help I needed. I wasn't talking to people the way I should. And so it was just not good. It wasn't good. I went through such a phase of anger that, like, it's the grace of God that I've never been arrested. And that's just me being honest. Well, pausing, I have been arrested. We'll do a story time video on that. So make sure you like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you can hear about the time that Angie was arrested. But what I mean is, thank God I was never arrested on like a violent offense or for shooting someone in the kneecap. Transparent. I told you we were going to be authentic and transparent on this channel, so here I am. I'm truly I'm truly thankful that that was not a thing, because my anger was not just with people. I realized because no one should really have the power to make us that upset. My anger was truly with myself and my circumstances and the way I saw the person I was. And then people added the sprinkles on the top that just really some days had me out of control. So that was college, pretty much college up until maybe like middle of my junior year, my senior year. Yeah, so undergrad was kind of a hot mess. I was insecure, I was angry, I was in a new relationship and not healthy, not a healthy individual to even be considering relationships. And so, yeah, that was a thing. Then grad school came and life really made me, she's coming back. Life really made me say, Angeline, like, you've got to get it together. I think I hit a point where I was so tired of depending on people and things for my happiness that I just needed to truly evaluate myself. And so I got help. I entered into the clinical mental health program, and around my third semester, I started going to therapy. And there was so much stuff, you guys, way before even moving to Selma, that I had to address in order to truly find healing. And if you watch my Sips and Tips videos in the highlights on my Instagram, you will see me talk about how some of us are still damaged from things that happened in childhood, and we don't even recognize it until we start talking about what our triggers are, or why we feel this way, or why this behavior sets us back 10 feet, or why this person sets us back 10 feet. And so that was me. At 21, I was dealing with things that I haven't explored or even thought about that happened at 13. Are things that I witnessed at a young age. And do not get me wrong, my family is wonderful people, but my dad did work in a field where we experienced a lot of poverty. We had to deal with a lot of stuff. And when you are, fun fact again, when you are the pastor's kid, it's a lot you deal with, and it's a lot that you see because your parents are in ministry. So that's a story time for a whole nother day. But I realized going to therapy that I was holding on to things and situations that were years old. And so grad school came, I started going to therapy. I immersed myself in everything clinical mental health because I knew that in order to be able to help someone else, I had to first help myself, and I was not in a healthy place, so I needed to get there so that I could be the best therapist out there for my kids, for my clients, for whoever I was coming into contact with. So grad school came, went to therapy. A lot of things I realized in that time frame, like, wow, Angeline, you're Black. And I know that sounds so crazy, but we will touch on that also. So like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can hear the story about like when I truly recognize that you are a Black woman, and that brings about some difference, a lot of difference, and a lot of things that you need to prepare yourself for that you're not prepared for. Dealt with in therapy my image of weight, my image in relationship with weight, and how I felt about it. It's difficult being a dancer and being a Black woman. They are two contradicting things. Dancers, thin frame, toned body. This stereotypical Black woman, shapely, hips, thighs, butt. And so growing up, especially when I moved to the South, I felt so unattractive because I was this thin, toned, fit little chocolate Barbie to me, but was not physically appealing or did not physically look like the other African American women in my community because they had hips, thighs, and butt. And so hearing, you know, oh, the wind's gonna blow you away, or you need to eat a burger, or whatever the case may be at 16, when I was already at a pivotal time in my life where I was having a hard time adjusting, was damaging, to say the least. And so going to therapy in that 2-year time frame brought so many things to my eyes that I didn't even think about. And in that time frame of therapy, I learned healing. I learned, what does true happiness look like? What does true happiness feel like? And when I'm not happy, how can I learn to be content? How can I learn to be self-aware so that I can express my unhappiness to people without being angry, without being aggressive, with being assertive and firm in who I am and what I want, but not lashing out. And so this is kind of like a part 2 to my intro video, but I say all that to say, I hope you are here for a wild ride, some good talks, a lot of self-examination and awareness. And every video, I'm just going to remind you that you are loved, you are seen, you are not alone. I was a hot mess, still on about 2 days out of the week. I'm a hot mess. And I'm okay with that. I've learned that being a hot mess sometimes puts me back into reality check that A, I'm not perfect, B, I'm still growing, and C, I'm human. And I don't have to put myself on this pedestal of perfection at all. So embrace your hot messness. Truck your way on through this thing called life. Realize that it starts somewhere, and in order for it to start somewhere, you've got to recognize where you are. And I'm so happy to have you guys a part of my channel. So like, subscribe, follow, share this video with someone who you know is struggling. Remind them that life happens in phases, ebbs and flows, ups and downs. And right now it may seem like a crazy roller coaster, but let me tell you, the roller coaster does not get any less crazy. You can learn how to navigate it and manage it a little better. So I'm your girl, Angie K, your therapist bae. Thank you for joining me on my channel today, and I hope you guys kick butt out there in these streets. Okay, I love you. Bye.